Besties. I am Shelby.
And I'm Madison.
And today, what are we doing? We're going to tell you guys story times from when we were in China. I just think there are a lot of story times, or a lot of mini story times that were interesting from when we were there, and I just wanted to share them. If you guys didn't know, basically we're trying to upload a video every day until the 20th of February so that we can make up enough watch time to stay in the YouTube partner program. So yeah, I have many videos on the list to be doing like once per week consistently like we normally were, but in order to hopefully get into the partner program before it's too late, we're pushing all of them out now.
So what you need to do is binge this video and binge all of the rest of them to help us out.
Yeah, it's not view count, it's view time. So if you watch one video all the way through, that's the time it's counting. And you guys don't have to go out of your way to do this. We're going to make content that hopefully you want to see, and if you feel like helping us out, you can definitely do that, and we appreciate it. But, okay, so the first thing I wanted to start off this video with saying, because I'm wearing this shirt, is that one thing that Madison got really excited about, and I kind of did too, while we were in China, are the night markets. So do you want to explain what those are?
The night market that we went to in particular was like, okay, so we're in Beijing and you just went to this massive street. Basically this street you go to and it has a bunch of freaking awesome stuff. Like, and we're in China obviously, so the American dollar goes a lot further. And you have basically anything and everything you can imagine. Like you got t-shirts, you got shoes, you got trinkets. So it's pretty awesome.
So everything is made in China. So I wonder what the ethics of that are. Like, you know, people like to not shop from things that are made in China in the US. But if you're in China, does that count as the same thing, do you think?
I mean, when you look at it, we were supporting local, right? Because someone clearly took the time to make this beautiful shirt that Shelby has on right now.
So basically, I'll tell you guys that everyone in our group, so this is on a study abroad, we didn't say that. There was a study abroad, there were like a dozen of us, and everyone who went on this trip got a shirt because of how funny it was. So basically, I think it's like they take words that they know in Chinese and they try to translate it into English, and then they put it on a shirt, much like how we get tattoos of like, or not we, but you know, Americans will get tattoos of like Chinese symbols, not really knowing for sure what they mean, but it's cool to like have a Chinese symbol. I think it's the same to like see English on a shirt even though they don't really know exactly what it's saying. So mine, I'll put a cutout of it here, but the front of it says, "Great thanks to Sun," and it has American flag-ish sleeves. It's cropped. And these embroidered like teddy bear, and the back says, "Is that already dry?"
Yeah, so that was hers, and we were all like, dude, this is great, like, what does that even mean? And we got a good laugh out of it, and she bought hers. And then mine, I actually just gave to Goodwill, because it was so ridiculous, you guys, like, I'm not gonna wear that around. And at the time we were still in school, so the shirt was black, and it had white, bold letters, and it said brown bish, like, B-I-C-H, completely dropped the T, and I was like, I gotta get this shirt. So I got it, and I mean, I don't have it anymore, but
yeah, but everyone in the group had a shirt like that. So now we're gonna get into like little story times of things that happened, and I'm gonna let you tell one first because I feel like I always do the most of the talking, so I'll let you go.
Okay, guys, so this is probably the most funny part of the trip, like, to me. It was so bad, man. It was so bad. Okay, so we're in Beijing, and we just met like a big group of students and the professors that were going to be kind of like taking us along while we were in Beijing. And they're like, hey, like, as a part of like you guys coming in, we really want to show you guys like what a traditional Peking duck dinner is. And
this is Peking University, and our professor described this as the Harvard of China.
Yeah.
So the Harvard of China is taking us out to dinner at a very fancy, the fanciest place I saw in all of China while we were there.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, let's go. So we go off and we're having dinner, and it's like family style. So I don't know if y'all have ever been to one here, but they basically put a bunch of food on the table, and then you could turn it like Lazy Susan style, I think is what it's
Yeah,
called.
that's like traditional Chinese way of eating.
Yeah, so we went and we were doing that like traditional style. We're like passing it along, and everyone's trying a little bit of everything because it's stuff that we're not used to. Like,
I didn't eat any of this stuff, by the way.
I was feeling adventurous, right, at the time. I was like, okay, cool, like this is a big part of someone's culture, and they're like really honored to have us here, so I tried everything. But it was like which I'm really proud of other cultures doing this, I guess, is using every part of an animal. Because, I mean, if you're gonna kill it, at least use all of it, kind of thing.
Yeah, not like pieces of it like Americans do.
Is my purpose.
The whole time our professor was like, you have to eat the duck, you have to eat the duck. And I kept telling him, I'm not gonna eat duck. Like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, so it was like the duck fat, the duck head, the duck meat, the duck feet.
The feet.
Yeah, the feet were weird. I don't think I'll do that again. But
Did you try it?
I did try it. It was really rubbery and webby, just like it looks. But yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, like it's alright. And then my friend next to me, like, I don't know why she did this, like I don't know what she was thinking. It was freaking hilarious, but literally they told us before we went in that we're having duck, but I guess we went and saw like so many different parts of it that someone asked her, or she was trying to be like really respectful. She's like, this is so good. She's like, I really like the dog. And I was like, no!
She thought so then when she was eating the duck liver, she thought they told her it was dog liver.
Yes, she did. And I was like, oh no. I'm like a little immature, so I freaking died.
Yeah, everyone else at the table is like, feels so awkward, and we're all just like,
I was dying.
And Madison just starts laughing. I was like, shut the fuck up. What is wrong with you?
Woo, it was
I don't think they took offense to it though. He didn't react really weird.
Yeah, he didn't. He's probably like, American.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, it's not the craziest thing because they do eat dogs over there. And also, I saw like an animal hanging from like a ceiling out on the streets. Like they were cutting it from the animal that was hanging and then cooking it and like serving it on the street. Like it's very different. Anyway, so that's her first story. I guess we'll tell two each because we're talking a lot. I didn't realize how much these would need to like develop. But okay, so the story I wanted to tell is that every time Madison and I got on a freaking bus, it would drop us off in the middle of nowhere.
It was freaking insane.
Okay, so the first time it happened was when we were coming back from a night market. So we took the bus to the night market, and then whenever we wanted to go back to our dorm, we tried to take the bus back, and we made sure we know when the last bus was running, and it was the same bus that would be taking us back home, and whatever. But then it was probably like 11:30 at night, and the bus just stops. I don't know why, and everyone's like saying to get off. And there were like a couple students who spoke English, and I was like, wait, why are we getting off? Like, why do we have to get off? And they're just telling us like, the bus route is done. The bus route is done. So we were like, what the fuck? Like, what are we supposed to do? We didn't speak enough Chinese to ask for help, but it was, again, 11:30 at night in a foreign country, at least a mile from where we needed to be, and we didn't really know how to get there, but we figured it out the first time. So that was the first time. It happened again the next night, and we still could never figure out why this was happening.
Yeah, we were just like, I guess this is where it ends.
Like, they're just like, get out. Where are we going?
We're used to like our comfortable campus buses where they just do loops like all day long, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, it won't ever just stop and leave me. But no, it don't go down like that in China.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And then that happened again when we tried to take the bus all the way down to like the beach end of the city. So like there's a city industrial type part, and then there's like the more low-key down the Strand like beach part, and we took the bus trying to go down there, and again it went to the bus yard this time. So this time I knew why it was stopping, but it took us to the bus yard, do you remember? And we were like, great, I guess we're just gonna have to figure out how to get back home.
We're like, alright.
We're like, I guess if we have to take a taxi, we will. But like foreigners taking taxis is kind of sketch, because especially in a place that's very like, the population is so high that there's not enough regulations for like things like taxis being safe and regulated and like not sketchy things going on. I was really scared of that, but nothing went crazy. But pretty much every time we got on a bus, we got stranded in the middle of nowhere.
I think we're in Beijing again, actually.
Yeah, this was on the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, we were on the Great Wall of China in Beijing, and we like went on this really long hike, and then I was like walking back, looking at all the different trinkets and stuff to buy, and then I was like, holy crap, dude, they have Snickers in China. I know that might sound a little ignorant, but I was like, it was like when you see something that you're used to seeing back home, you're like, wow, dude, like that, I can get a Snickers here. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, can I have a Snickers? And she's like, yeah. And she shouts off, I forget what the currency is, but she's like, yeah, give me this much money.
Yuan.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, give me this much yuan. And I'm like, okay.
This is our first day. We arrived in Beijing. We didn't even sleep before because of the weird time thing. And then we went to the Great Wall of China. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was freaking insane. But here I am like, cool, I can get a Snickers. And I pay her the money, and then I go off on my way. And then I don't know how I figured it out, but I guess I figured out like a little later.
Once we realized what the conversion rate was.
Yeah, once we realized what the conversion rate was, I was like, holy crap, that's the most expensive Snickers I've ever bought. And it was just like one of the regular size Snickers. I paid $3 for a Snickers, y'all, because I just didn't know. So I also found out, which I'm all about getting a good deal, right? And they sure are too, but haggling, you can haggle in China like non-stop. Like if you're at a grocery store or something, like not so much, but anywhere else just about. And plus we were in like a bunch of touristy items, like you can haggle, man. And if you don't, they will get you because they know you're a tourist, like they know you're foreign. So they, for instance, if you have like, say you want to buy a Buddha, right? If they see a Chinese person that wants to buy a Buddha, oh, give me $1. If they see an American, something just insane, give me $20.
Yeah.
Like, and people will pay for it because they just don't know.
So first of all, $3 for a Snickers, you guys, in China is so much more than $3. Like, what you would typically go out to eat and pay like $10 to $15 for, in China, we would get for under $3. So paying $3 for a Snickers is like astronomical, not only because of what we would pay for it here, but because of how much it's worth there.
Yeah. So definitely, if you go to China, haggling, you can haggle, guys. Like, don't be scared.
Who appears Asian, because that's how we know that there were two different prices. There was one girl in our group who was Asian, and like I paid like $30 for something, and then she came up later and was like, oh yeah, I got that for $8. I was like, I'm done.
Rule number 2, 8 is also the lucky Chinese number.
Yeah. If you offer them something with an 8 in it, they shouldn't turn it down unless it's crazy, right? But like it's kind of bad luck for them to pass on someone who offers them something with the number 8 in it.
Yeah.
So the last thing I just wanted to say that we did that I thought was really funny and interesting, actually there's 2. So the first one is, everywhere we went, people would run up to Madison and take pictures with her. Like they didn't speak English, so they didn't ask, but they would just like run up and be like,
I'm like, okay, cool.
And then the ladies would come up and just like touch her hair, and they were like just shocked, because I don't think there are a lot of people who are not Chinese that live in China. I mean, obviously there are people who do, but it's rare for them to see someone that's like black and especially has hair like hers.
Yeah,
so
like just imagine, look at all the different diversity we have in America and how everyone looks different, and there's China where there's not so much mixing of anything historically, so you have a lot of the same culture and a lot of the same like ethnicities and backgrounds of people.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting. And then like the girls who had like pure blonde hair that were with us, they would do the same thing to them, like just run up and like take pictures with them and not say anything, just like, and then run off. It was so bizarre.
Or there were the stealthy ones, right? Where it's like we're walking around and then you see them in the bushes like, and it's like, I can see you. Just come ask me.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they knew how to ask you. I think that's why it was always so weird.
Yeah.
So other thing I wanted to mention, and I didn't tell you I was going to say anything about this, but I want to see your real reaction when I remind you that this happened. The last day I think that we ate breakfast in China, do you remember the turtle tea that we saw?
Yeah, that was interesting. It was like, oh, getting breakfast, and there's this turtle, like, it's dead, obviously, but it's chilling in like some water, and I mean, I didn't try that. I don't know. For some reason, there was like a line for me. I was like, I can do the duck feet, but turtle tea?
It was so weird. I have a whole blog post on our whole trip, and I didn't know that if you deleted photos from like WordPress's memory bank, it deletes it from your like blog post. So I'll link the blog post below, and I'll also be putting pictures throughout the video. Hopefully I still have a picture of that, because it was very bizarre. Like, that was, what was the most bizarre thing you think you saw? I think that was the most bizarre thing I saw while we were there. It was weird.
I don't know, like bizarre?
Just different from our culture, right? Like, when you go to other cultures, you don't want to be like, what is wrong with you? Why does blah, blah, blah? But like, to someone, it's very different to you. So like, you know?
I don't know. I guess the most bizarre thing I could say that I saw was the freaking amount of pollution that's in the air over there. Like, it's insane. Literally, some days you can't see the building like 2 meters in front of you. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, like, you pull up the weather app that's supposed to tell you like how the weather is outside, and it's like, danger, do not go outside, and you're just like, okay.
You're like, all right. And then it's like, we understand the masks now that people wear around. It's because literally, like, people are dying over there because of the amount of pollution in the air. So that was definitely like a culture shock, you know? Like, having to have a mask on to be somewhat safe, because really, what is the mask doing, you know? I don't
Slightly
know.
filtering your air.
Slightly filtering, but when you got air that's jacked up, like, it's not doing anything.
Anyway, guys, those are a few of the stories that we wanted to share with you from when we were in China. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, make sure you watch some of our other videos. We really, really would appreciate it. And remember, nope, that's my sign off. What's ours?
Catch you later.
1, 2, 3. Catch you later, Maddlebees. Is that a Pitts thing? Is that a Pitts thing? I don't know.